Rising, gods and goddesses. This is Jose, Art of Pause, and I come to you today with another unboxing video. Now today, we have some black tourmaline from Oregon. And what I like about this seller is that he mines his own crystals. So, straight from the source, just the way I like it. So thank you, Big Mean Man Mining. I appreciate you. And the delivery was fast, so that's what's up. I appreciate that as well. Oh yeah. Now I've dealt with this seller before. I got some pink tourmaline off of him and they were very beautiful. Okay, let me lay these out and then I'll show you individually. That's nice. I wonder if that white is feldspar or is it quartz. I'm not sure the inclusion. I'll have to ask him later. That's a nice little chunk right there. All that one has nice etching. One thing I love about this industry is the local miners, you know? Because this is what they do for a living. This is how they feed their family. And to support them is probably the best thing you could do in this industry. Because most of this is commercialized and just far from wholeness as you can possibly be. So to buy from and to support, local miners, you're supporting a family, and you're supporting a family that is intimate with these minerals and crystals and actually care for them because that's what they need to survive. And when you support their business, you can feel a level of gratitude from them, So I always try to go to closest to the source as possible. If not straight from the source, then at least one person off, but that's it. I don't like when my minerals or crystals have touched too many hands, Even though you can cleanse them, which is no problem, but just the fact that it kind of almost feels like a slave trade sometimes, Especially when you go to like big mineral shows and crystal shows and you go to the wholesale section and it just doesn't feel right, It just feels like a horror show. Like, wow, this is the greed of man, thinking that natural resources are products to sell. It's crazy that this is the world we live in, I sometimes I don't like it either, but I like to see it as I'm providing a service that I feel many people need in this time. They need to feel loved. They need to feel wanted and healed. They need to realize the traumas that their families put upon them. And the traumas that their ancestors, unwillingly or unknowingly have taken upon themselves. And then that trauma just travels through the bloodline. So I'm grateful for what I do, and I'm grateful for having the minerals and crystals to use as tools in the process of healing. I hate to see when people think of these as objects, or I mean, even though the tool is an object, but it's more than a tool. It's a living being. You know, you have to truly be healed by these beings. You have to create a bond, a connection, a soul tie with these beings. You have to, or else they'll just be a tool in the toolbox that you'll never use. You just look at as wasted space. But each one is its own person, its own being. It's its own person. It's alive. Just like how I'm talking to you, they're talking to each other, and they talk to us as well. But it's if we want to hear what they have to say. Give thanks. Give thanks. These are beautiful. Black tourmaline is very essential to the light worker, to the Reiki healer. To anyone who works with energy, black tourmaline is like, it's like a Phillips screwdriver. You need it. There's no doubt about it. And I was running really low, so you know. Alright, let me hit my man up. Big Mean Man Mining. I'll tag him. And look, this is a nice chunk right here. I think that's feldspar, because it's soft. But it could be quartz. I don't know. Yeah, see, it comes off. Oh, this one's nice. The luster on these. I hope you can see that. Look at that one. That's a nice. This is mine. I'm taking that one. Sorry. This one also. The etching is almost like an celestial termination. It's pretty beautiful. Now, tourmaline is essential. Why? Well, most and all black crystals are in the same group of grounding. You know, they connect you to the earth, so you can't be easily pushed off of your center. Whether that's dealing with emotional stress, physical stress, or mental, black tourmaline is able to keep you seated, keep you grounded, so you can handle what's coming at you, whether it's malicious or just ignorance, you know? Look at that one. That's a nice face right there. It's nice. So I got about 35 pieces here. I'm definitely gonna get more because I like these. I think that is feldspar. It gives it a nice contrast. And I'm not sure about the energies of feldspar, but that definitely adds on to the crystal itself. Black tourmaline is essential. It also, for me, I feel like black tourmaline, wearing it or holding it, it provides a safe space, almost like a bubble that protects you from any outside, I would just say, maliciousness, evil, anything. I just feel like it's almost like a magnet, and it just repels. It repels negativity, rudeness, ignorance, hatred, self-doubt, anything that doesn't resonate with your true being. I feel tourmaline is an ailment for that. And when it creates that space within that bubble, it clears that space so that that good energy can flow in. So you can be safe and secure and understand that honestly, that we're all one at the end of the day. And to see that even if somebody's trying to hurt you, they're not trying to hurt you. They're trying to hurt themselves. Because if you really think about it, they are you. So in trying to hurt you, they're hurting themselves because they can't deal with the trauma that they have. So they lash out in the outside world. But in reality, it's themselves who they can't stand. It's themselves they hate to see in the mirror. So Black Tourmaline helps you to not be angry or have resentment towards either the attacker or the abuser, but to realize that they're in as much pain as they're putting onto you. So there's no need to be upset. There's no need to take it personal. There's no need to blow up or get out of character or to keep that energy in your own being when it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to them. But I mean, I guess if you want to get technical, it does belong to you since we're all one, but I'm not going to get into that right now. So it's their malicious energy that they have to face on their own. So Black Tourmaline gives you the energy to clear. Back up, bro. Just chill out, okay? I understand you're going through some things right now, but we all are. We're all going through it. That's so nice. That face right there is beautiful. Thank you. I just want to say give thanks. Big Mean Man Mining. I'll tag them on this post. And I just want to say thank you. Give thanks. I'm grateful that I'm able to do this for a living. And if any of you need any help or questions, just feel free to ask me. And if I don't have the answer, I know somebody who does. And before we go, I just want to ask you 3 questions. Look at that. First question: do you know your culture? Second question: do you know your ceremonies? And third question: do you know your dances? So I want you to dig deep and really ask yourself these questions. And if you do not know the answer to one or all, then you have to do your research. Because that's how we connect to our ancestors, and they're always with us. Look at that one. And so with that, I say give thanks, be safe, have a blessed day. Thank you.